Now we go to the kriya. Let's take a look. Okay, so a kriya. Then we have the related page. Okay, related pages. Okay, so yes, Mr. Leong, can you please read through it, lah?
Can you ask Sally to read first? I'm searching for the correct page.
Okay, you are searching for it, lah. Okay, let me make it. Okay, so Sally, how about the is the character big enough for you?
I print out for myself.
Oh, you print out. Okay, yes. Please read through it, Sally. Yes.
What is Kundalini, the cosmetic Shakti? Kundalini frequently asked questions. Symptoms of Kundalini awakening. Siddhaya yoga. Most effective and simplest of all yogas. Siddha yoga. 3 methods of awakening. Shakti Pat. Meditation and self-awakening. 4 stages of Siddha yoga. Yogi. Initial stage to bliss stage. Nirvana or Sat Chit Ananda. Videos on Shipati Disha and meditation. Real life divine experiences after awakening. All about kriyas or spiritual experiences. What is kriya? Kriyas happen. Why kriyas happen? 125 different types of kriyas, categories of kriyas. Understand the scientific process. Kriyas are not God. Kundalini healing. Why are there 125,000 kriyas? Scientific reasons behind Kundalini healing. DNA corrections. How Sadhaka should look at kriyas. If kriyas, divine experiences are not the goal, then what is the goal?
Okay, so meaning to say that today our syllabus, is in the Q&A form. We will go through the Q&A to see what is the answer. Okay, now we go to the first. Okay, so Sally, please continue. What is kriya?
What is kriya? Science behind visions, colors, vibrations, movements, and mantras in meditation. Kriya is a Sanskrit word meaning action, movements, or effort. Kriya, prana is a Sanskrit word for vital energy. Kriyas, in simple words, can be called as natural involuntary movements or actions that happen after Kundalini awakening. Because of the movements of pranic energy that occurs during meditation. Kundalini awakening is an essential part of this process. Therefore, kriyas are an integral part of Kundalini yoga or Siddha yoga. Because of the association of kriya with Siddha yoga, it's also called kriya yoga, where kriyas happen, or Satya yoga, where yoga happens naturally, or Shakti yoga, where Shakti is an integral part of yoga. Shaktipat yoga, which happens because of Shaktipat, or Kundalini yoga, because it involves Kundalini awakening.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we highlight certain words first. Okay, class. I think you have to use with with this article. The reason is we discovered that a lot of Sanskrit words and Indian words are within the article. Well, I think that might not be the coincidence that even though China and India, they are very far away, but we discovered that there are a lot of similarities between both of them, especially in the cultivation part. Both of the cultivation part in the Qigong and the yoga, basically they are a little bit different from the Buddhism. They are quite different, but both of them quite similar. Okay, in what extent? I have to really to tell you. Okay, well, let's take a look. If let's say I go to search for the system of the yogaism, let's take a look. This is the system of the yogaism. When we type chakra and nadi, okay, we can get the system already. So this is the chakras and the nadi. Let's take a look. Okay. Well, if in our orthodox Chinese cultivation, usually we will put a tan dao. Let me take a look. This is the keywords we're going to put tan. Okay, let's take a look. So this is the Chinese This is the Indian. In Chinese, they seldom mentions 7 chakra, but they mention there is 3 dantian. There are 3 dantian. So upper dantian, okay, middle dantian, and the lower dantian. Okay, they mention 3 of the dantian, and these 3 dantian actually is equivalent with the crown chakra, so the Ajna chakra, heart chakra, and also the Nadi chakra in yogaism. It's very similar, but just it comes with a 3 dantian. Okay, well, this is a similarity, and since they mentions the dantian, meaning to say that they emphasize on the chi also. Why? Because the meridian system. Okay, once we talk about the 12th meridian system, it is the, it is discovered in China, but not Indian. But Indian, they just mentioned 3 meridian is this 3. Pingala Nadi. Pingala Nadi is a sun nadi. Okay, Susumna. Susumna Nadi is the sun nadi. Susumna is the middle meridian, and the Ita Nadi is the moon nadi, and the Pingala Nadi is the sun nadi. So they got 3 nadi only. But in Chinese, they discover is the 12th meridian. Like this house we see. This is only in Chinese, and Chinese use the 12th meridian to develop their own Chinese medicine for acupuncture, especially. Take a look. This is the Chinese meridian system. see, this is the Chinese meridian system. The meridian system, they've got totally 12 meridian, which is quite complicated and also quite comprehensive. And usually the name of the meridian based on our internal organ, like kidney meridian, kidney meridian, lung meridian, or whatever. All the organs involved, there will be the meridian involved. But this part, this part of the ancient knowledge is unavailable in yogaism. Okay, so in yogaism they've got just 3 meridian only. Okay, and the similarity also in the chakra. But no matter how, there will be some one concept which is both of them share, which is important. We call it prajna. Prajna means what? In Mandarin means qi. This is the word. Class. Okay, this is the prajna, vital energy. Prajna in Chinese actually we call it 氣功個氣就係呢個氣嚟嘅，氣學。This is the word。我哋講氣功個氣係咪 ？Is these words class？ okay, these words people sometimes will misinterpret like oxygen. But it might not be the oxygen. It should be the prajna. Prajna is an invisible energy, and the energy will flow through the invisible tubular channel within the body, which is called as a meridian. So in the Chinese medication of the acute point, they try to put the point will stimulate the flow of the prajna, and the prajna from one point to one point, the flow of the prajna possess the power of healing. So that's the reason why once you go to qigong 針灸係咪 you will get recover from the disease. Okay, so one question I want to ask you, three of you once you practice the 自发功, is this situation happen that you go to punch yourself one point to one point, and it goes seems like go through one meridian from one place to one, from one spot to another spot, and it looks flow like a meridian, but since we don't know, but it just happened, you pinch like that, you pinch yourself like that, or maybe you pinch yourself like that. Does it happen to you?
No.
No. Mr. Liao? Never. Mrs. Liao? 冇試過。Elena 都冇嗬。Okay, it does happen to me 啦嗬。So that's the reason why some suspicious that 啦嗬。Maybe the 12th meridian also developed from the 自发功. There's a possibility. Okay. If it, the 12th meridian must be come out from somewhere, right? So where is the source? How come 4,000 years ago people able to see all these things? The meridian, it's 4,000 years ago. So we suspect maybe at ancient time, the Chinese doctors they have some psychic power. They can see through the meridian, okay, or some acupuncture point, and also the dantian. This is there's one phrase very very famous in Chinese that Chinese medication is part of the Taoism. The development, the Chinese medicine, the knowledge of the Chinese medicine is originated from the Taoism. And Taoism, the real Taoism, they really do the cultivation, they just do the meditation. We call it Dan Dao, meaning to say that they're going to develop the energy and make enhance the energy in the dantian and use this energy to work it up. And when it goes to the crown chakra, they will experience the unification with the soul and also themselves. We call it 天人合一. So that is the principle behind the Taoism. Okay, and let you see go through a picture, then you will understand. This picture you might be seen before. Why? Because you are Chinese, so you might see it before. Let's take a look. Okay, have you ever seen this picture before? Like you see, once I type the words lian dan, it appears that people try to produce the medicine by using how should I call it this? This is the special equipment used to produce the medicine. Okay, when they call lian dan, produce the medicine. This is the analogy, They produce the medicine and outside, but truly the person, actually, this is the how should I call it? So, Mr. Leong, how do you call this? How do you call this?
Medicine pot.
Yeah, it's a pot, Okay,
it's a medicine pot.
Yes, this is a pot. We use the pot in order to produce the medicine. But the real Tan Tao, they are using their own body as a pot in order to produce the medicine. And the medicine is within our body. Let's take a look. You see? Oh, not that clear, I can't get the picture already, Doesn't appear already, doesn't matter. Okay, so anyway, from here we will see that in Yogaism, what they are going to do is, take a look. Yes, okay. What is the mission is they will try to awaken the energies in the Muladhara chakra, and the energy will crawl through the the Susumna Nadi, the Nadi, the middle Nadi, and from the middle Nadi it will go to the crown chakra and unify with the Brahma. So this is the principle behind the Yogaism, and both of them, what's the similarity is, okay, they will call it this is like one is the earth, one is the sky. The energy from the earth to the sky. So it appears to us as the Shakti. Shakti actually is the energy flowing from one part to another part in order to get the unification. So there is the similarity for both. 1,000 years ago, these two of the people they already have the wisdom regards this. You have to be surprised because once I practice my qigong, I go through the Chinese Tan Tao, the Taoism. I go through because the library got a lot. But at the same time, I also read through the Yogaism. So that's the similarity I found, and I noticed that a lot of material people do study and compare both of them. That is the similarity. But these two, after I mentioned this, you will notice that it is quite different with the Buddhism. Quite different. Meaning to say that the cultivation of the Buddhism, it goes different way. It doesn't go through the chakra and the meridian. Okay. Once we do the qigong, we will, quite obvious and automatically we will experience all these things to appear. Okay, so after roughly introduce, so I can explain. I can go back to explain. Once talk about the prana, mean qi. Okay, the energy is a vital energy. All right. And what is the kriya? You say, according here is a natural involuntary movement. Then we feel quite familiar in our qigong, zhigong, everything is a natural involuntary movement. And according to the Yogaism, how do they view it? They say after kundalini awakening. Okay, because of what? Because the movement of the prana energy that occurs during meditation. Okay. So this is their way to understand this. According to them, they say when you start to move your body, like our qigong, what we our experience, they said that is the pranic energy and cause the awakening of the kundalini. Okay, so let's take a look. You see, kundalini is an essential part of the process, and therefore kriya are an integral part of the kundalini yoga. Okay, maybe first of all we have to understand what is the kundalini. Actually, kundalini is the energy which, like a serpent, and stay at our Muladhara chakra. That is the kundalini. This part, kundalini. This is the analogy. For the ancient analogy, for them, there is. Muladhara is a part. It's the lowest part of the vertebra, and in the lower parts of the vertebra, there will be some nerve curling the vertebra. And once they curl this part, it looks like a serpent, and the serpent is inactive. During the meditation, you are going to awaken it, and the kundalini will be so powerful and crawling from the lowest part to the upper part. Okay. Okay, but in order to reach this part, you have to release the binding of the chakra. Okay, for the tradition, according to the tradition now, each one of the chakra, you will see that they're like a note, K-N-O-T, like a note. And the note for each of the chakra will make the energy cannot go up. So what we try to do, we have to untie all the notes for each one of the chakra so that the middle nadi, the Susumna nadi will be clear. And once it is clear, the energy will flow from the lower part to the upper part and you get the liberation. Okay. I try to get a picture for you first. Let's take a look. So we call it kundalini. Do you see something like a snake? Let's take a look. Now you see, this is the picture show how you see. You see the serpent, you see? This is the analogy. You see, it's like a snake. Now you see, this is quite clear, you see. It's from Muladhara chakra, and the stick is going to crawl up until to this part. This is the ancient ways to describe the energy, the flow of energy. See, the picture looks so mysterious, right? You can use this to write an article. So, Mr. Leong, since you're so free, you're so credibility, you can use all this to fabricate some story to kill your time. It looks so mysterious. See how you see all the picture looks so mysterious if you don't understand it. But when we decipher it, it's nothing special if you understand it. So class, so according to them, what they try to do, when the energy crawl up, there's one special feature occur. The breathing of both of the breath is similar. We try to test now. The flow, it must be strong one and weak one. You try now. You try. Right. Okay. Anyone, the left nose is strong, please put up your hand. The left nose is strong. Okay, Sally, left nose is strong, right? Okay. Whose right nose are strong? Is strong. Mr. Leong, is he or not? It is changing, usually about 1 hour, and from one nose to another nose. Okay. Once the right nose clear, once the right nose clear is strong, meaning to say that the sun nadi is strong. Actually, the sun nadi is strong, and here this nose is very strong. And once, if your left nose is clear, is strong, meaning to say that your moon nadi is strong. But once both of the whole is the same, is the middle nadi is strong. So middle nadi strong, meaning to say the most suitable thing you do is a meditation. If the sun nadi is strong, it is very conducive for digest the food. If the moon nadi is strong, it is conducive for you to do some leisure work. Okay, in order to get a better digestion, or in order to make yourself more active to do the work, if let's say you are very lazy, you can activate your right nose. You let the right nose open, then you'll be more vigorous and active. So what to do? For example, Elena, you have to face the computer from down to dusk, right? Am I right? Okay, if let's say very tired, but you still have to work. Besides, you can activate the spleen point. You can do is to activate this chakra. So what to do? You can use your hand or whatever hard subjects to press the armpit. When you press the left armpit, the right nose you're getting strong. You will feel the open of this right nose. You can try. We will try now. Okay, we use our hand. Okay, we punch our left armpit. Okay, you take a look to the right nose now. I'll try to see and check and wait and see. No need. Automatically you can feel it open, you see. Automatically you can feel it. No need to use the hand. Do you feel open already? For me, do you feel open? I feel. Sally, do you feel? You see, Sally feel open already. You see, I also feel open already. Can you feel? Elena, no need to use a hand. automatically we'll know what it's getting opening, you see. Yes, it's opening, you see. Right, steady, really, it's opening, it is opening. You don't feel it. Okay, okay, never mind, you can try again, from left and right, meaning to say that we can manipulate the nadi in order to help us in our daily life. And one thing to prove the flow of the energy to the middle is in the middle nadi is that once you meditate very well, you go to check your nose. You will notice that the flow of the energy are equal in both of the nostril. It's the same. So Mr. Leong can experiment. Since recently you can meditate very well, just after meditation, you go to check. You notice that both are same. All right. So that is the key point. That's the key point to understand that people is in a good meditative state. All right. Okay, let's continue. And then, if let's say you found that you are too restless, you can try to open up the left nose to keep yourself more cooling down. So meaning to say that you go to press the right armpit and then make the left nostril flow. This is the way we do that. Okay. And if you need a more good digestive power, you can activate the right nose, which is the sun nadi. It's more active. And then now, Mr. Leong, let's say you found that too restless energy, too many. Since you just stay at the home, you can activate the moon nadi, the left nose, so that you can feel cool and comfortable in your house. So that this is how we use the knowledge. All right. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, so this is called kundalini awakening. Okay, it's an essential part of the process, and thereafter kriya are an integral part of the kundalini yoga. Meaning to say that involuntary movement, they are the integral part of the kundalini yoga. A class, they got so many tradition of the yoga. They got so many traditions. You can understand it. Well, there got so many different set of the yoga. The different set is based on the way they practice. Okay, what does it mean yoga? Let's take a look. What is this? Okay, let's take a look. Yoga is a group of physical, mental, and spiritual practice or discipline which originated in ancient Indian. Yoga is one of the 6 Astika school of a Hindu philosophy tradition. Okay, class, please bear in mind that Buddhism is out of the Hindu philosophy tradition. Hinduism is out of them. The reason is why? Because Buddhism doesn't uphold the Vedic scripture. According to the 6 philosophy of Indian, they will uphold the Vedic. Why? Because they have to use the praying in order to please the Brahma, and only the Brahmin can pray to the Brahma. And they got a lot of procedure you have to follow. Buddhism, Shakyamuni Buddha denied all this. This is the reason why Buddhism is excluded. Is or was excluded. Is being excluded as the philosophical of Indian since ancient time until now. Now we go further understand. Okay, this is a broad variety of the yoga school. Let's take a look. Yoga school. Then Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. And the term yoga in the Western world, it consisted largely of the posture or asana. Or basically, people think about, once you mention yoga, they will think about the asanas only. Okay, you see or not? This is the asana. They will think about the asana is the yoga. Actually, no. That is not the definition. Yoga, the definition of yoga is broader than asanas. Okay, let's continue, have a look. Okay, then the yoga is, well, the original of the yoga is from what? The Sutra of the Pandanjali. the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. Patanjali is the most important figure. I think he should be the first one who initiated, talk about the yoga 1,000 years ago. You see, 2 centuries before Christ, 2 centuries before Christ. Shakyamuni is earlier than him, about two more hundred years. Okay, we are earlier than them. And then you see, Hatha Yoga texts begin emerge, and between this century and the origins in Tantra. So that's why usually in yoga they will include some Tantra. Hatha Yoga usually means the asana. The school is very emphasized on asanas, and they will mix also with some Tantra practice. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, a posture-based physical fitness, stress relief, and relaxation technique. This is what the yoga recently we mentioned of. But the real one is what? Let's take a look. Methodology. The definition of the yoga refer what? Is with the English word yoga. In the context of the Yoga Sutra, the word yoga means union. Okay, that is the real meaning. Yoga means union. The union in between what? A union between the body and the mind. The union in between our soul and also our soul with the Brahma soul. All is talk about the union. Okay, so class, you please write it down. That is the meaning of the yoga. And the Sanskrit word, no need to write the Sanskrit. We just write the English definition. It's from the Sanskrit root yucha, attach, join, harness, and yoke. Okay. Well, in English, I think there is also some root. Okay. So, Mr. Leong, can you explain what is the root meaning in the English? How in English, how do they use the root to consist? I mean, in order to form the character, a phrase, a word, or words. Mr. Leong, do you know in English? Elena? No, that's the root. I mean, the root, you don't know how. You don't know how to use it. You don't know how. Okay, never mind. I know in English, English is the same language, quite similar with the in the European in Latin. I think maybe they're quite similar with the Latin. Usually, every word, especially some words, they will be originated from the roots, and from root they deduce the words and the meaning. You can explain the meaning based on the root. So this is how the Sanskrit and Pali works, language works. Okay, so here we understand. Okay, class, this is the different of the traditional school. You see, Tantric yoga, Hatha yoga, Kundalini yoga, and the Laya yoga. We see the different yoga here. You can write it down. This is the terminology, and when you are free, you can go through it. See, Tantric yoga, Hatha yoga, Kundalini yoga, and the Laya yoga. Please copy down the keywords. Okay, finish. Let's see what I want to go through. Okay. You see, according to the history of they will go through a pre-Vedic Indian, pre-classical era, classical era, and Middle Age. You see, this is how the development. Basically, important keyword is the Vedic. Vedic means the Veda Sutra. Veda Sutra is the time they uphold the Veda, meaning to say that they will go through the Veda Sutra, they will live according to the Veda Sutra. Okay, so this is yoga we understand. Because of the association of the kriya with the Siddha yoga, it is also called kriya yoga, where the kriya happens, the involuntary movement happens. And when the Sahaj yoga, once yoga happens naturally, okay, or the Zafakung happen naturally, or they call it kundalini yoga, because it involves the kundalini awakening. This is the awakening of kundalini. If you ever go through the Indian or yoga texts, actually quite a number of people are dreaming for the awakening of the kundalini. But I don't understand what does mean awakening of the kundalini at that time. About I think 10 years ago, I read extensive of the yoga relevant magazine and the yoga relevant Indian sutra, the Vedanta, all this. I really go through in English. Many people dream for the awakening of kundalini. But I don't know actually awakening kundalini is the Fakung. I don't know. I don't know why so many yoga. The yogi are dreaming for it. I don't know because why they very uphold this and many people dream for it, but many people can't explain what is the exact how is the feeling of awakening of the kundalini. It's quite surprise for me. Actually, it is equivalent with the Zifa Gong. Okay, now take a look. Okay, now we go to the next. Elena, please go to the next sentence. Next paragraph, please.
Unusual, strange, or inexplicable for an average individual who has no idea about Kundalini and the processes involved in the spiritual development associated with Chitta Yoga. Watch the videos of bizarre and inexplicable kriyas in action. The frequency and intensity of pranic movement or kriyas will vary from person to person. Kriyas will come and go and are not to be feared. Some sadhaks may not even experience any kriya during meditation. In short, it is different for each individual. Why kriyas happen? Kriyas are a spontaneous movement resulting from the awakening of Kundalini as this intense energy moves through 72,000 nadis, subtle energy channels carrying prana, and clears our physiological blocks. Think of it as cosmic energy that kicks in as soon as the seeker sits down for meditation after Shaktipat initiation. The kriyas can be subtle, mysterious, and very uncommon. At the same time, it should be understood that this phenomenon is extremely normal and it occurs all the time and all the places when Kundalini is awakened. This process continues for several decades after Kundalini awakens. Each sadhaka experience during each stage will be unique and will depend to a large extent on his past karma and the diligence with which he does meditation. It is very important to understand that this is just a purification and correction process initiated by Kundalini awakening that should eventually disappear, possibly after several years or decades of practice.
Okay, thank you so much. We highlight the point first.
Oh.
I will try to show you the video clip which they describe as bizarre mysteries. So class, do you think it is bizarre or actually we used to it already? Oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Leong, I think once we once we guide the class in Sha'alam, got any people with this type of bizarre action or not? Got right, Mr. Leong? Got lah, got lah, some just shake body like that. Why? The reason is usually it's related to the curing. Our body, they got so many meridians. Once the energy go through the meridian, okay, they will have the motion, something like that. For example, in our finger, they got so many meridians, okay, and the meridian is it's linking from one part of our body, from the finger to another part of the body. When the energy flow through, so the hand will shrink like that. Sometimes the meridian will go through maybe to our tongue, and the tongue will come up, something like that. You see or not? So actually, it has something to do with the nadi. But sometimes people will misinterpret that whether it is a possession, whether it's a trance or not. Am I right? Do you think that the first video clip look like a trance? 係咪好似相同？係咪好似相同？OK So that is sometimes people will confuse whether this is a trance or whether this is the qigong. in order to avoid the chance come to our the chance appeared. The trance appeared. Usually, if they have the tendency of the trance, we will ban them to practice the qigong because they will get us confused. And if let's say the possession really take place, then we can hardly to do anything because I am not a trance. I don't know how to handle it. So that's the reason why once we ban the people with the trance inclinations to come and practice, what remaining here is the normal people. And we explain all this is due to the meridian, simple and easy. Okay, well, I think, Steady, once the trip, you have ever went to Sha'alam before? Have you ever seen this type of the bizarre action? Yes, so nothing special actually for us when you're used to it. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Sorry, just now the YouTube could it play smoothly? The YouTube, can you see the whole picture? Mr. Leong can see. Sally also can see. Can see. But can you hear the voice from the YouTube? Can you hear the music? You do hear. You don't hear. But Sally, you see the picture smoothly? Yes, okay, good lah. And okay, why kriya happen is there? It's a spontaneous movement. The reason is we have an intense energy move. Okay, in our Zifa Gong, we will try to ignite the energy. We will try to make the energy flow. And it clears our physiological blocks. We explained it before. And the kriya can be subtle, mysterious, and very uncommon. Okay. And then plus this word is a sadaka. Sadaka meaning to say is the practice. The practice means the sadaka. Okay. According to the explanation, he said, according to the explanation here, the action is so unique and also depends on the larger extent of his past karma and the diligence he meditated. Well, this is true. The reason is once we say, this is what happened to Sally. Once Sally tried to do the Zifa Gong, not much motion. The reason is you meditate quite well. The moment, the time you do the Panasati. Once you attain a very good mental state, the peaceful of the mind, all the energy blockage will be clear at the same time. Okay, so this is the reason why you don't show much movement during you do the qigong. So I think this is correct. Let me show you a few pictures from here, the books. Okay, so actually this is not bizarre for us. What happening in the qigong is actually it will go through according to a few the meridian system. Okay, do you see the diagram? Okay, let me show you. So this is the first diagram. Let's take a look. Okay. Can you see the diagram? Okay. You cannot see. Why cannot see?
See your face only.
You don't see any picture.
I think you have to change the screen. To move the screen.
Oh, move the screen. Really?
Now we can see all the 4 people who have signed in.
No. No, Elena, you try to flip your screen. Your camera screen, yes. Do you see picture?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mr. Leong, do you see the screen? You flip your screen? Yes. Your camera screen. You flip it.
Very dark.
Very dark, huh? Clearer?
Yeah, okay.
Clearer, all right. So this is the one, okay. What it show what's okay. The person who begins to learn the Zifa Gong, the body will move from front to the back. The reason is because of this meridian. Let's take a look. We got one meridian circulating through our body, okay. And once the energy flows through the body, okay. Yes, the book page 91. Elena is very clever, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. You just go through the book, easy, huh? I have to show the one who go through the video clip. Mr. Leo, do you have the books? This book, do you have? Okay, huh? What page is it, Elena?
89.
89, yes. Yeah, my one is a new version, so it's a little bit different, okay? Okay, page 89, huh? Page 89, okay. Then we go to the next page 95. Class, do you see the diagram like this? This is the diagram, do you see? Just in the next page only.
Page 91.
Page 91, yes, all right. There's a circle around our waist. So the second motion will be, you should be rotating.
Page 93.
Page 93, old version 93, okay? You all are using the old version now. So let me get the old version now.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Please turn to the page 91 also. Do you see the picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
91? Yes, okay. Well, for this, the meridian, the meridian flow at the side of the body. Okay, the meridian is in the side of the body. Once it's flowed through this, according to picture, it will show left, right, left, right. We're going to move left, right, left, right. Yes, Elena, show us the style. Okay. So this is the three of the reason why we have the movement. It's not bizarre actually. It's not a bizarre. Okay, let's continue. Okay lah, 而家唔係練功啊，而家係 theory 時間According here, you just speak it as a purification and the correction process, and eventually it will disappear. Yes, sir. For me, since I practice the Qigong and teach, it's about 15 years already. Until now, actually, not much movement already. But of course, every day, sometimes we will twist here and twist there. We will wound ourselves. It's going to do the healing. But not much movement actually. except I want to go through the yoga, I want to do some hip standing, I want to do some shoulder standing, and I will use the energy to help me. Or except I order energy to do. If I don't order, basically not much movement already. But for the beginner, they have to take some time to do all the motion, to clear all the physiological blockage, and then they will tend to become normal. Okay, but usually somehow we will wound ourselves, wrong sleeping posture, wrong sitting posture. Every day must be somewhere to heal one. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, over 1 to 5, kriya can happen after kundalini awakening. Yes, Mr. Leong, can you please read through it?
Kundalini awakening. The world of yogic kriyas is a phenomenon absolutely beyond human imagination. My great-grand Guru P.P. Sri Lokna, third Swami Maharaj, had mentioned that there are over 125,000 kriyas that can happen to sadhak. Bracket P.P. Sri Lokna, third Swami Maharaj, birth 1892 Samadhi 1955, was the supreme master of Siddhic yoga. In fact, it was him who brought and rejuvenated half of Shaktipat initiation and Siddha yoga to southern India in 1930s. Most of these motions or kriyas will resemble spams and jerks of varying frequency and introduce fear into the mind of seeker who is experiencing this, and especially their loved ones who aren't prepared and knowledgeable enough to understand the reasons behind these movements. It is expected of people lacking the knowledge of Kundalini to take a negative view towards Kundalini kriya. Categories of kriyas. Kriyas can be broadly categorized as yogic kriya, pranic movements kriya, mystical consciousness kriya, physiological kriya, extrasensory kriya, and psychic kriya. More details about this are available in the page of Symptoms of Kundalini Awakening.
Please continue. Yes.
Understand the scientific process. Kriyas and experiences are not God in themselves. Pranic movements are only the means to achieve specific type of spiritual purification of 72,000 nadis, or subtle energy channels carrying prana, needed to each aspirant in their respective stage. Kriyas happen because of pranic movements after Kundalini awakening. The sole purpose of divine experiences during meditation is cleaning of physical body, stula sharira, and subtle body, linga sharira, and cleaning of past karma impressions or santika karma from the causal body, or called current sharira. In short, consider the kriyas experiences as zadu or broom, nothing more. All experiences will entirely depend on the spiritual status, combination of sanchita karma, sankaras, and triganas of the sadrik. That also means if sadrik spiritual body is relatively clean or too clogged, he will have less experiences than others or no experiences at all.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Okay. So according to here, he said most of this motion kriya will resemble spasms and jerks of varying frequency, and introduce fear into the mind of the seeker who is experiencing this. Of course, if let's say the motion looks very bizarre, people will get frightened. And it mentioned as a spasm and the jerks. Actually, if according to the Sifakong we see, not all is spasm. You see, I remember in Shalam, there's one guy, Mr. Leong, who used to be in the very front one. It happened like that, more like a spasm and jerking. You see, but most of the people, their motion is very graceful. Am I right? I think Mr. Leong,
Yes.
motion is quite graceful also. It doesn't look like spasm. It looks like very graceful and very beautiful with the hand side and the movement. Right? I think Mr. Leong, very graceful. Elena, what is the motion happened to you before? Do you experience any ugly movement or not? I never see you have a very obvious movement in your qigong.
Not very obvious.
Very obvious. Yeah, Mr. Leong is very obvious. It's very beautiful. All the hand side, all the movement. How about Sally? I didn't see you perform very obvious, right? Both of you not obvious. Mr. Leong, 你練氣功嗰陣冇咩 movement 嘅，冇咩喐嘅。你嘅手好似有嘛，係咪？有，你嘅手記得冇？你嘅手喐，唔會跟人睇嘛，係咪 ？Looks very beautiful 嘛，very graceful 嘛，好好睇嘛，有些人啦。So not necessarily spasm and jerking, not that necessary 啦。Okay.
The spasm like 走火入魔 like that.
Something like that 咯。你嗰種咁樣用咁好似頭先嗰啲咁樣樣係咪？都係嚇到人嘅喎。呢啲咯。真係好似所以係咪 ？I mean that's the reason. Yeah, it really scared people, you know. I mean suddenly it happened like that, you see. But if it happened like a graceful, we wouldn't scared one, you see. Suddenly like that 啦，真係單級咁樣people will get scared already. Okay, but I think according here, I mean the explanation is very well. That also means that in the sadhaka, I think the sadhaka's spiritual body is relatively clean or too clogged. He will have less experience than other or no experience at all. It happened to Sally lah. Sally totally no experience, very less experience. Because why? Because already clean already. One thing I experienced, there's one point I noticed that if you during your meditation, even though you do the anapanasati, the clearance of the blockage happens automatically and unnoticedly, without your notice one. But if you go to shift to the qigong, then we will know that once a lot of movement have been skipped, it means that all the movement have been cleared up, have been skipped. The relevant meridian have been clear during your meditation, but usually without any notice. The people they don't realize. And it happens that once people meditate, suddenly they are like that. You see, basically in Buddhism, most of the teachers they can hardly explain. They maybe will say that the wind element is very strong. Or maybe they will say that, the energy is strong. Some just say the wind is very strong, but they can't tell much thing about it because they don't really go through the meditation. And some they will worry for possession also. But actually it's nothing actually. It's just once people meditate, if you meditate very well, sometimes the brain wave during the anapanasati, it could go to the alpha wave. Alpha wave is our qigong wave, you know. They will certainly cling to it. Some is accidentally cling to it. Anapanasati, if you go to the samadhi, I think the wave is quite different with the qigong. This is the reason why if in one camp of the meditation camp, 100 people, you can hardly see you can hardly see a few people experience the spasm or the jerking. Am I right? You seldom see it. I think Mr. Leong, have you ever discovered this during the Theravada camp? Any people will suddenly go to the qigong and shake like that?
No.
No, you see or not? So meaning to say that once the people meditate well, their brain wave is totally different with our alpha wave. Quite sure. But some quite extensionally, they go in already and it happens. But very rare. But if they really spasm, the people will thought during possession, during meditation, they got the possession during the meditation. Okay. And now we go to another paragraph. Kundalini healing and why are they 125? Okay, Sally, please read through it.
Kundalini healing and why are there 125,000 kriyas? It is a fact that Kundalini heals diseases. In fact, Kundalini could eventually go to the extent of repairing the DNA and restore it in its original sequence, thereby destroying the cause of disease. See the scientific reference below. At the same time, it should very well be remembered, healing and curing disease are not the goal of Siddha Yoga. It is just a byproduct of Siddha Yoga, and also the benefits come only after consistent efforts of several decades. So if someone looking at Siddha Yoga or Kundalini awakening as a tool of healing, it is simply not going to work. Liars are those who tell they can cure a disease in advanced stage using Siddha Yoga. How can Kundalini have power to heal?
Sally, please stop here. Okay. Yeah. Time's almost up. Okay, let's take a look. According here, it said that Kundalini heals the disease. The science behind healing the disease is repairing of the DNA, restored to its original sequence, thereby destroying the cause of the disease. Well, I think, okay, you see the scientific reference below. Okay, maybe I will go through, but it's the first time I heard that the Kundalini, our energy, go to repair the DNA. So this one I don't know. I remember I go through so many, I go through the sources mainly on Chinese one, not the Indian. They didn't mention that it can repair the DNA. Okay. But anyway, curing the disease and healing really is, how to say the function to cure and to heal is really works and very obvious. But according here, the concept is good. It means that this is the byproduct only. Okay, and the byproduct is only consistent effort of several decades. I think it might be wrong. Remember, Mr. Leong, during in our Sha'alam, we don't need a decade, maybe 2 or 3 practice. Some even after one practice, they feel very good already. I think their experience is different. Very soon you can see. Some even one lesson they can see, they can cure. But anyway, curing is the byproduct. This is true. We have to admit that. And even though I teach the Qigong, but I be carefully not guide people go to the Qigong, but we want the healing process. The reason is most of our students they are in the middle age and for numerous years. A lot of sickness throughout the body. They must heal the body in order to further for the meditation. This is the purpose. I said it very clear. I wouldn't let our students finally go to the qigong, and then from the qigong go to heal the people. Then this is another direction. So I'm very careful. I limit everybody. We don't go very far from healing, but we limit the healing power to ourselves and our next of kin. That's all. Okay. So this is very important. Meaning to say that the Indian yogaism share with the same view with us. Okay, let's continue to have a look. Okay. Okay. Then according here, you say it's simply not going to work. Okay. If someone looking for the healing, it doesn't work. Well, not that necessary. Not that necessary. Because this is how we how to say, why we strongly recommend people come to learn the Qigong is because of the healing power. Once they heal, if you recover, then we will guide them to do the Buddhist study. This is our purpose. Okay, that's the class for today. We transfer the merit. Yes, any questions, Elena?
Yeah, Sifu, I just want to ask, I came across something from Donna Eden about the triple warmer. Can you show me how to do the triple warmer again? I remember it's the triangle thing, right?
Yes.
Then you go here, and then you go behind your ears.
Yeah.
Then you end up putting your hands over here.
No, that's not right. Triple woman is not like that.
Then?
Sally, remember very well. Yes, she's the one used the triple warmer to heal the psoriasis. Yes, Sally, remember the triple warmer? You sure?
It's up to the hand, the tips of the hand.
Come again, Sally, sorry?
It's from the ears down, behind, down, then to the hand.
Down behind, yeah. To the hand.
Yeah.
Then go from here, yes.
Okay. Go up from the fingers.
Why you need this triple warmer? Why do you need this?
I think I went into the net and Donna Eden was giving a short demonstration. And she says that this triple warmer will help a person, say, if you cannot sleep or your mind is very kind of congested, use the triple warmer to clear your system, in a way, something like that. But I'm not too sure. That's why I thought of asking.
You met Donna Eden. Where did you meet her? Where did you meet her?
No,
sorry?
She was on the internet.
Internet. Okay, internet. Okay. Okay, well, Elena, triple warmer play roles for immunization system. All right. If the triple warmer overactive, you have to release the energy of the triple warmer so that to cool you down. Triple warmer is a soldier within our body. They fight for us. Work as the immunity system. But if it's over strong, it will cause you restless. Okay.
Okay.
So Elena, do you need a video clip?
Sorry?
Do you need the video clip regards the triple warmer, the correct way to release? Do you need the video clip? You need I'll send to you. Okay. Okay, so wait. Okay. Yeah. I wish to inculcate more favorable consciousness. Through transferring merits. To the spreading of COVID-19.
To the spreading of COVID-19.
Hopefully that it will end soon. And the Malaysian stay calm during the MCO. Sadhu. Sadhu,